Hey folks, what's up? Unboxers, and welcome back to Buried. And I'm on chapter 2 today. Today we will be going all the way through that. Last time we left off, me and Denise were like underneath the tunnel or some shit, and he was pretty tired and stabbed in the leg. So anyway, here we go. We're standing on a thin platform of what looks like a fancy subway. The rails look well used but not old. There are small overhead lights that are very dim, as if they were running on emergency power. The dim overhead lights are a blessing, but the size of the place makes me feel vulnerable. Staring ahead, the tunnel seems to be endless, almost dizzying. There's a small light further ahead, and then a space that breaks the monotony of the tunnel's curved surface. Another platform, maybe? Why are we in the tunnel? Dennis, what do you think this is? What do you think this is, Denise? Looks like we're waiting for the D train, Denise says. They sounded cackle. Also, the ringing noise is louder down here. Much more solid now that there's some other sound. Still like the faint hum of machinery. What's your take on this, boss? You think we're safe here? Denise asks. Not at all. This is what I think of myself, but I don't want to let Denise see that I'm rattled. While he seems to be limping along much better than when we first stumbled into this place, he's still in rough shape. I'm leading him here. I should probably make him feel confident in that. Yeah, we'll be fine. Be assured, Denise. We're too far in this to go back, I say. Besides, if we caught for trespassing, I'm pretty sure that we'll slide by. We're good. You're in pain. We've got to find the rest of the crew. They could still be here somewhere. Denise nods and looks reassured, although a bit weak and miserable. From the looks of it, we can go further left or right. The left is slightly lit, the right not so much. This makes me uneasy, because I get the sense that the wrong turn of this place will lead to us wandering for hours. Suddenly, I jerk my head to the left as I hear the unmistakable sound of someone walking. Did you hear someone? I asked Denise. My eyes started shifting. Not sure, he says. Maybe it's kind of sound like footsteps. Oh, wait a moment. The sound doesn't come again. So those are our options. Go left or let's go right. Right. My cursor is there. Decided to go into the darkness. You have chosen darkness. That's a band, and one of their songs is The Owl, I think. That's all I know for them. As we leave the glowing of electric lights, things instantly start to feel a bit more sinister. I look at Denise, injured again. The gash along his side is inflamed now, and while the bleeding seems to have stopped, the amount that is soaked into his pants and shirt is beyond alarming. How much further can you walk? I ask him. Should you keep going? Yes, Denise says. Let's walk through the deep, dark tunnel that has no business being here. He's right. The darkness we find ourselves in, it feels thick, like walking into syrup. I'm reminded of the fear I felt as a child when I had to go into the basement to fetch tools my dad. I was sure that there were snakes or spiders or monsters there, unimaginable horrors just lurking down there. I feel like that same way right now, walking through this tunnel. That's when I see a human figure far back in the tunnel, silhouetted in a faint light, and he's standing on some other platform up ahead and likely can't see us. It's like he might be holding a gun. Hey, who's there? There's two of us. Even Denise and me shielding him. My voice echoes through the town, bouncing easily off the walls. The figure turns around. That's freezing. Like, Stainer. Why the hell did you do this? Denise whispers to me. I know who that is. We don't know where we are. I don't know, I say maybe the questions, I don't know. But that doesn't happen. The person can't see us in the dark, and after a moment, that figure rushes through a door up ahead. Subway. As we head further into the tunnel, we reach another platform. There's light coming from the platform. But like the overhead lights, they are dim, red emerging lights. I stood up under the explosions of the logging site causing power outage. This place, wherever this place is. The ringing noise that I really thought was in my head is getting louder. I'm starting to think it's some sort of alarm. We come to the large amount of the tunnel, blah 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 blah. Undeniable high-tech transportation is buried beneath the forests of Kentucky. It has absolutely no sense in creating an entirely new sort of fear as to what the hell we've walked into. And Denise seems comforted though. When we reach the large opening, we have to climb over the rails up to the platform. I have to help Denise over the rails. He's fat. Then we reach another place we're not supposed to be. He collapses on the floor and lets out a heavy breath. You know what, Denise says? Exasperated, this is ridiculous. I quit. I'm not going any further. On top of worrying about my crew, whatever. Get up. Pull it together, Denise. Be like a fucking baby. Pissy bitch. I'm ashamed that I'm getting irritated with him. Oh, you think I'm just relaxing here? He's just sarcastically sorry, slowing your progress. Great plan you got here, by the way. Help him up slowly. Come on, Denise. You gotta go. I can't stand the guilt anymore. His head comes out of my mouth before I can clap my lips. Kinda gets stiff. I'm sorry, I lost my temper, I say. It was uncalled for. But I'm under some stress here, because you're a bitch, and you're big, and you got gashed, and I'm fine. I grabbed my hard hat. Maybe you should have chose that option at the beginning, I don't know. But, come on. Go. You high strong, pissy bitch. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's get to the end of this tunnel. Are you with me, Denise? Are you with me? Let's do this. We exchange an awkward look. And put it behind us. One thing for sure, I'd much rather be arguing with him over a few beers than here in this nightmare. I reached down, helped him on his feet, and then we got ourselves into the platform. Right in front of us is the entrance to a long hallway. Another long hallway? Well, yelling didn't work, whatever. I'm gonna keep yelling again, I really don't care. Hello, anyone there? I asked, my voice raised to almost a shout. There's not so much of an echo. My voice fell flat on the rock from the sky. Like whatever. I'm glad I don't get an answer. Hearing anything else of this hollow silence would have given me a heart attack. The brilliant lights continued to flicker overhead, casting some sort of pinkish light on everything. My mind is racing with some sort of blah 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 blah. Maybe most everyone has been infected, but then something else. Is the crew here? No. Was it the Illuminati? No, illuminated. Okay, no. Go faster. Is there a thing to go faster? Yeah, continue. We're standing inside a hallway that looks surreal for a moment. Is it the hallway that we've been standing in before? Well, watch me the exact same picture. Leave it there. What? No. Oh, okay. Alright. Creepy. The hallway reminds me of a hospital wing, but there's something not quite right about it. The first clean and tidy area I've seen since coming into the woods. Looks like it was recently in use, despite the dim merchandise overhead. There are chairs against the walls, and the floor looks well clean, as do the walls. The ringing noise is definitely coming from here, and a small flashing red light along the ceiling seems to flash along with it. That ringing noise is an alarm, I say, if only to confirm my own thoughts. What for what? Denise asks. And then he asks the question that has been on my mind. What the hell is this place? We exchange a look and speaks volumes. Reach the end of the hallway. Hear a sound like a large metallic grinding. It's followed by clicking noise. And then... Ooh, Kitty? Kitty? You bust in here? And then... the generator kicked on. Okay. Oh, asshole, you scared the fucking baseballs out of me. Now warning, the facility jolts to life. The red glow of the emergency lights is suddenly replaced by bright white fluorescence, and metallic hum is oddly comforting. Somehow the power being back on urges us on. It's then that I noticed the ringing noise stopped. It had been an alarm for what? Just power failure? We head down the hallway, the electrical hum of the lights sounding eerily overhead. Other than that, the place is dead quiet. The hall is about 100 feet long with two main doors. One door opens to a large door that makes it look like a conference room with a whiteboard and paper scoop. Strewn. Goddamn. Paper strewn about. Okay, yeah, no, I fucked up over that word. Like, I got it. Something funny, blah blah blah. Enter conference room or enter the lab. Oh, dude, come on now. Why would we ever enter a conference room? You can just. There might be candy in there. But there also might be meth in the lab. Walking inside, I see small vials of glass containing held in clear glass cases. Everything is either glass or silver. I instantly feel like I'm dirtying the place up. I noticed several test tubes in glass cases, as well as some sort of tube system. Tubes, vials, tubes. Look at some tubes. You know I'm about tubes right now. Can't help but check out those test tubes. They'll be filled with varying green and blue light fluids. Oh man, you know I'm getting hard over that. One of them looks like it's even got some sort of glowing dirt residue at the bottom of it. Another holds what looks like a grasshopper submerged in liquid only. It's the strangest grasshopper I've ever seen. At first it looks like it's expanding and contracting like a blowfish. Then it contracts so much that it vanishes completely. As I look closer, it springs back into existence in a completely different test tube. I'm embarrassed when I actually jump back. I see a laptop sitting on top of the workshop. I wonder if it's worth checking out. Okay, cool. I can check out the tubes and the top. It smells good from your bath. I hit the enter key and playing rare background touch. There are several icons and folders to choose from. I click on a folder labeled Test 1.5 Ethos. Instead, you didn't click on like the porn folder or like journal entries or the games folder. You're a super curious logger, huh? You are we are a curious ass lumberjack. Like we just go in to this full on with our fucking axe and our plaid shirt and our doctorate in fucking research and fucking detective work, our criminalisis fucking degree, and we just dive right into it. We're gonna find out what this monster is or what. You know what? I'm surprised we're not a doctor too. We can fucking heal dentists, but no, that'd be too much. I smell some sort of chemicals in the air, and it makes me think that someone has used this lab recently. Outside the hallway, I heard Dennis grunting. See him still seated on the floor, but I don't get very far because I exit. A man comes rushing around the corner with an automatic rifle in his hand. I try to look beyond his rifle. The man carrying it is young with messy dark hair. His skin is so pale that I wonder if maybe he lives down here. He has the look of a guy who's been cooped up for a little too long. He doesn't seem like the kind of person that I trust with a gun in a situation. As he sees us in the doorway, he screams and brings the gun up. It is aimed directly at my head. Denise jumps up and stands next to me, like he's ready to run for it. I recognize him by his height and build. He's the person I could barely see back in that dark tunnel. Hands up in the air. I shook my hands in the air, surprised how natural it feels to go into the surge situation. Maybe it's because this feels like a dream. Maybe it's because I feel a snap awake. That's that shoot. I don't recognize you. If you're here, you would have to sneak in by security. In the entrance hall. What? I asked. I needed to think of anything else to say. Who are you? The man asked. Did you do this? The man's eyes are supposed to see something in his eyes, and suddenly he's scared. But there's something else. We're just lockers. We're just lockers. His eyes look distant for a minute, and he says, "Bullshit." For some reason, I'm pretty sure he knows I'm telling the truth. Someone knocked the power out. The man says, "It's back on now." But if it was out long enough, well, we're in for a heap of trouble. Was it you? Who sent you? Look, I don't know what we're talking about. Then he says, something happened in here, in the woods. Are you alone? I was with you? The armed man asked, touching the gun in my face. How the hell did you get in this situation? I think to myself. If we hadn't fallen into that fucking hole, we wouldn't be here, Denise. I'm not really sure if you want to be giving this guy information, but whatever, I don't want to get shot. We're looking for a crew. Crew? He thinks we're nuts and has no idea what we're talking about. In fact, he looks a little crazy and something makes the situation even scarier. How'd you get in here? The man asked. I pointed down the hall toward the subway. I came in that way. The doors weren't locked. His expression calmed a bit, but I still very aware that the gun is a little less than a foot away from my face. Grab the gun. Whatever. You decided to try to steal the man's gun. He looks like he might laugh at the press, and the arrogance make me crack and once again rely on my instincts. I reached out quickly, slapping the gun barrel away, then reached for it, nearly have a grip on it, and then jerked to the left. My ballsy move startles him, but not nearly enough. He brings the butt of the rifle around, driving God damn it. The blow knocks off my hard hat and sends it skidding across the floor. With a flare of pain in my hand, I managed to stay on my knee. Then, raise my gloves quickly and surrender. What? That's little. I can only assume it's because he can't appear that he's weaker than us. The man takes us big step forward. Then he looks back and forth between the barrel of the gun. What the fuck? Whatever. I know I should do something that might make the situation better. Even though I should be the leader for Denise, I should be his boss, just like when cutting hogs. I should go to bat for my employees, and sometimes friends. But I don't. I actually find myself taking a single step back. Denise looks angry. More than that, he looks nearly disappointed. I don't know what's going on here, Jose, but we are here by mistake. I would have gotten in between them. I mean, if I felt like I already made one ballsy mistake, it just wouldn't pay off. I thought the hard hat was fucking, gonna take the fucking hit, because that's what my first thought was butt of rifle to the head. Still, I want to have the gun myself, or at least to prove that I'm cool. But, whatever. I don't even get the fucking hard hat then. We're from the Pentagon? No. No. We're just loggers. Something blew up and my friend got hurt. looking for the rest of our crew. Likely story. I've heard this one before. The whole down just loggers and our crew blew up thing. Yeah, right. You think before? You think I'm stupid? No. Go get out of my head with my religion, thank you. You both just stand still. He says, sooner or later, someone will come along, and I'll turn you over. He can't thrust the gun forward and there's an invincible bayonet. But it has an invisible bayonet on it. There's no need for that, I tell him. I have no guarantee that he won't pull the trigger. Looked and he says, we don't want any trouble. We're just as confused as you are. Then in a moment, fast, blah 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 blah, I have no idea how he is moving so fast. Just 30 seconds ago, I was worried about how close to death he looked. But now he's moving lightning fast, his left arm coming down the barrel of the gun like a club. In the commotion, the man does pull the trigger. The booming noise is defining, and there's an amount where I think I've been hit. It takes the clinking noise of the round tearing to the floor at my feet to help me realize that I have not been shot. I look to the floor and see where the shot missed my right leg. I'm paralyzed in shock. Blah blah blah. There's a fire extinguisher in the wall. No, punch him. I'll punch. Yeah, I probably should trust this guy. I feel like he's like the Ridley guy. Whatever. On my knees, I deliver a hard, stiff punch to the man's face. I don't punch him often. Never really, because I'm a pussy. Wait, hold on. Why is this guy a fucking logger? I'm a pussy-ass logger. Denise grabs the gun and falls to the floor, clearly wounded and in pain. Our attacker is immobilized and I can feel a shiver from the situation. Yet, although he is basically harmless now, I feel a need to pummel him, a desire. No. You douchey fucking asshole. Definitely out now, no threat. At least that's what I think. The eyelid swells to the side like a grape when I kick him in the forehead. Ugh. It seemed like the last attack is more spiked than defend. No, I literally said stand up and step back. Don't kick him more. He hands him around over to me and I take it with shaking hands. Really, because I'm stupid. Denise looks at me like I'm a stray dog that might bite him. It's childish that went away to deserve it. I could have held him, but stood idle. Still, he says nothing else. He lets the situation play itself out, not wanting things to get tenser. What do we do now? We've come this far. I'll go over and pick up my hard head off the floor. After placing it on my head, I turn toward the man. We get answers from this guy. No answers, the man says. I don't have any. Next time, I won't just hit you, I say. Letting my rifle forward, now get up. He obeys quickly, but his legs are wobbling and he leans against the wall for support. I can feel my small eyelid from where he kicked me earlier. I just hope it doesn't get so bad that it's infected or something. That it affected my sight. Okay, let's move, I say, pointing the gun further down the hallway. We've come this far. I see an elevator waits for us. Steel sliding doors larger than a normal elevator. Like the ones I had when I was stocking at Sears. Big old dumbass. You know what? It's actually just the size of a normal elevator, but whatever. Actually, this is a hospital elevator. Whatever. Before I get into the elevator with this guy, I think it's wise to learn a bit more about him. I can tell it's making him uncomfortable for me to have the gun. What's your name? I asked Marcus. You work here? It's clear he doesn't want to answer, but he gives a little nod. We're looking for the rest of our crew. Any idea where they might be? I ask. No, he says curtly, not bothering to elaborate. There's got to be some useful info we can get out of this guy. I just need to know how to dig for it. Dig up into this guy. We're going down, okay? Okay. It looks like an internet. You must be aware you're inside of a classified government facility, he says. It makes sense, but I won't doubt it. Well, I'm sure our government would want you to help save my friend. So take me to the first aid kit. And he says, you don't have clearance. Hell, I barely have clearance. Then, seemingly to himself, he utters, I make this place fun. Not even a thank you. Just a bunch of restricted access rooms that I am only allowed to get into with a freaking chaperone. I interrupt his monologue. We're going to the first aid kit. I could lose my job, he says. I wonder for a while what sort of trouble I could get in for hitting a government employee. This makes me glad I took it easy on him. Then again, he had it coming. He came at us with it. Whatever. I'll give him some sympathy. I'll ask for help. I already heard him. Look, I say, it has been the best day for me. It has been the best buy for me. I need you to take me to Best Buy and make this the best day for me. It looks like some protocol blew up to hell. Can you help us out? He looks at me sternly, weighing his options. Okay, he says. Thank you, I say. With an entrusting stare, Marcus walks to the lady room door, approaching a small keypad by the doors. Touches in a numerical code on the keypad, and we can hear a slight mechanical hum behind the steel doors. After a few seconds, an angry glance and frightened sneer from Marcus. The elevator arrives. The steel doors slide open, and the whisper, revealing the interior. Exceptionally well lit. It must be made of stainless steel. I have to expect this thing to take off at the speed of light. There's another small keypad on the front right panel at the door. The options for 3 sub-level floors. Looks like the elevator doesn't go surface, so after we get a first aid kit to Denise. How do we get out of here, I ask. We can't leave, Marcus says. Once the power came back on, the whole place was put on lockdown. What? I shout. Can you override it? No. It's to prevent anything from getting out. I can't. Marcus looks as defied as Denise. We can't get out. We're stuck here. Denise leans into the corner and almost falls to the floor of the stove. The rifle took a lot out of him. I could see that much in his face. Slowly we start to move down. The humming guard of the car's motor fills the space. So we're stuck here forever? Marcus scowls me. I think it's a fair question. It doesn't seem unreasonable to assume he won't be able to get us out. We'll find somebody with the access code, and they'll be begging me to figure out how to lift the lockdown. These people think they're so brilliant. Some of them can barely turn their computers on without help. That coder in my class at MIT, and I'm stuck living underground, helping idiots who don't even trust me with keys. What goes on here? Parker shakes his head. You may as well shoot me. I can't even tell you. Why not? It's beyond classified, and the things I don't know don't even start to cover it. What does that mean? It means that even if I wanted to tell you what sort of work is done here, I don't know enough about it. How big is this place? Government facility and the high security research facility. It goes 4 stories underground. Quite frankly, it scares the piss out of me that you two got in here so easily. Why is that, I ask? This is a black ops graveyard, he replies. Even the CIA doesn't know this place exists. I handle the IT work and make sure the databases are up and running. 24/7 job. I haven't seen sunlight in almost a year. I don't know what's staying in a place like this for so long to someone's mind. I was recruited because of the workload. No one else wants this job. But I don't really mind being myself, no family. Plus, the IT, it comes some crazy shit. Crazy how, I ask. This place generates over 100 terabytes of data per day. Eating the slightest bit later before his face falls in. 100 terabytes? Seems like some sort of power outrage, he says. That's all I know. It was an outrage. And then, and what? Denise asked weakly. Then things got weird. Yeah! Things got bad. Bad how? I asked. The whole place seemed to shake and the lights went out. I was checking the monitors when it happened, and everything went bad. Dead. Gay. Took more than a minute or so before I started hearing screams. People were being killed by something. I tried getting the security cameras going again, but they only lasted for a little bit on the back of the stand. But what I saw, getting a sharp feel go up my guts. Well, what I saw on the screens for a little bit of time made no sense. It made me get the gun from the emergency vault. I think whoever it is still down here. Hold on, I say. There's an emergency vault with a rifle, same room, security cameras. Marcus gives me a grin that looks nearly insane. There are guns locked away in every room in this place, just in case, you know. Just in case of what? Monster is. He opens his mouth to answer. The other there comes Marcus is out. Right away, without a word. He makes his exit. It's directly for a glass in room that is filled with computer monitors and high-end equipment. Denise and I file behind him, trying to keep up as we do. One very loving question runs through my head. What the hell kind of government facility keeps loaded guns and emergency vaults in every single room? Alright, one with a monster. Some shit. Or they're teleporting monsters. So there's obviously teleport stuff. Right. That is the end of chapter 1. Let's see what their stuff is. I'm already getting way more hyped to this. Curiosity. You and 58% of players call out to Marcus when you saw him in the tunnel. Okay, that was this. Me and 36% of players stayed back when Marcus was pointing the gun at Denise. Mercy. Me and 2% of the players were easy on Marcus. But those are like the only real choices I had. Okay. Anyway. Thanks for joining me, guys. And I'll be back tomorrow with chapter 3. Leave a comment, a like, and let me know in the comment section below what I should play next. And I'll get a hold of you folks tomorrow. Good night, goodbye.